Hello, you guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Look, I had to come talk to y'all because oh my God. So, first off, I just came in from out of town, right? I was relaxed. I need to go get my hair washed, get my hair done, all of this stuff, right? But y'all know I'm dealing with this kidney stone shit still. And I'm going to tell y'all I'm in a shitty mood right now. I'm about to tell y'all why. So, I'm still dealing with this kidney stone mess. So, I was supposed to be scheduled to have this kidney stone removed the 22nd, which is this Friday. Okay. So I got to have a pre op done, right? But the problem is that my primary care doctor is on vacation. So she had to send me down to the person who fills in for her when she's not around. It's at a different location, a whole different environment, a whole nother setting. It's at this hospital called University of Maryland. It's downtown Baltimore, not that far from Lexington Market. Anybody who is familiar with Baltimore landmarks, right? So I don't like coming down here, especially hey Miller. Um, yes, listen, Jarvis been on some crap. But before I even talk to y'all about any of that, I gotta tell y'all about my experience just now when I went to go get this post-op done. Okay? I mean pre-op. I'm sorry, not post-op, this pre-op done. Shit, I should have been in this lane, goddamn it. So, like I said, I just came from back in town, and yesterday I worked. I had a lot of work I had to do, so I got busy on doing that because I came back midday. So I had got busy on doing that. I'm working on a whole new project, so that got me stressed out. I'm tired, right? Because I stayed up late trying to make sure I got that stuff done, and so I had to come downtown to go do this pre-op because my primary care doctor is on vacation and my surgery is supposed to be scheduled for the 22nd. So, since she's the only physician that works in her office, she will send to us to another, practice in the event that something like this happens. So she sent me over to this office where I told you I already had this conversation with y'all know I do not like offices where it look like a smorgasbord. Like it looked like a buffet or all you get, because I do not like buffets, y'all. I don't. So the offices, these medical offices that look like that, I don't like going to them. But that's where I had to end up going today because she's on vacation and I had to have this pre-op done because I'm supposed to be scheduled for this surgery for the 22nd, y'all. Now, mind y'all, I already came down here with an attitude because when I came back in town yesterday, I had a message on my voicemail that said that they don't know if they could do my surgery on the 22nd, the procedure for the kidney stone removal, because his schedule is full. So I spoke to them yesterday afternoon and they said, okay, we're going to see if we can put you on the schedule for the 21st. Well, then I had somebody call me back because it's some other separate department that deals with the surgeries and procedures. So I had somebody from there call me back trying to schedule me for June the 5th. So this morning, I had to call over to the main office and speak with the office manager to create a complaint because this whole experience has been a nightmare dealing with this thing, right? With this kidney stone. And I know this doctor. I have had a professional relationship with this doctor in the past. I have a personal relationship with this doctor. So I just cannot believe like how terrible this all is going right now. Like it's really a shock. So I got a hold of the office manager today and had a conversation with him. And he's supposed to be working on some things. So he's supposed to be calling me back about the scheduled date for this procedure. So um I'm waiting for him to call me back. So I go down here to have this pre-op because I need to have the pre-op done. So whether the date is going to be on the 21st, the 22nd, or June the 5th, I still got to have the pre-op done. So I come down here to go have this pre-op done. Like I said, my primary care doctor is on vacation. And so I had to come down to her and her colleagues that she uses when she's away. Because she doesn't work in the office where she has lots of doctors. It's just her. She works in a private practice. So I had to come down here to this smorgasbord medical facility in order to get my pre-op done, right? So, y'all know I have a lot of patience. And I especially have a lot of patience when it comes to like healthcare stuff because I understand from both angles how difficult things can be. But let me tell y'all, this fellow, she pissed me off today. They had so down here at this place where they have these fellows that come in first, they take all the information, and then the doctor will come in and talk to you, right? And so this fellow, I work with fellows all day long. So it's not like I'm not understanding and used to how they function, right? But this fellow, oh my gosh, I wanted to pull my hair out. All I could do was just put my hands in my head and like close my eyes because I wanted to pull my hair out. She was chat GPT and everything. When I would tell her, she was running down my whole medical history instead of looking at the chart, going into the chart to see what's what. I'm telling her stuff. Then when I'm telling her, I guess because I'm not using a layman's term, because I'm not thinking I need to use layman's term about things that are my medical history, because I'm supposed to be talking to somebody who is a medical professional. She don't know what I'm saying. So then I gotta like explain to her what I'm saying. So that had me agitated to another degree, right? But she's chat GPT and everything. She's asking me all of these, asking me, what is this medication for? What is this for? What I'm like, what are you for? What are you for? Right? Like what did you do prior to me coming in here to try to familiarize yourself with this situation? Like maybe I am not, maybe you shouldn't be on this side where like pre-ops are happening. Maybe you need to be on the side where sick people come in, right? I don't know what was going on, but I was overly agitated. And maybe I was overly agitated because I'm just agitated about this whole scheduling and all of that too. But this child agitated me, okay? So then and then her dress agitated me. And I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to say this. But her dress agitated me too. Because it was nothing professional about how she was dressed. She had on some jeans. I couldn't make sense of none of it. She had on a hijab, but then she had on these jeans like they had these rips on it at the bottom, a pair of sneakers, and the whole appearance, everything was just wrong. I'm like, you are a fellow that is trying to become a doctor. Like you should. It was no lab coat, no nothing, just everything, just regular, just leisure, just coming in, just like you rolled out the bed or something. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but I was just agitated, right? And it took her an hour to do nothing because then the doctor came in, and in 5 minutes, the doctor told me everything I needed to do, what medications I needed to stop, which ones I needed to continue. I needed to increase my blood pressure medication because my blood pressure was high. It was probably the child making my blood pressure high, having to sit in there for an hour. And that's probably why I didn't go down when she took it the second time. And then to top it off, I gotta go there. So they determined I didn't need this EKG. Now I hope when I go, because any other time, y'all, that I didn't have to have a procedure done, I gotta have all this stuff done before I have the procedure done. They done told me I don't need that, y'all. So I better not get to that surgery center on whatever day this procedure is scheduled. And they tell me I need to have the EKG because that is gonna be the last. I'm whoever is there, I'm gonna blow. I am going to blow, right? So that's not none of this is really why I came to talk to y'all. This is why I came to talk to y'all because while all of those things agitated me, it was something that infuriated me in the process of my office visit today. So I had to go down to the blood lab to get blood drawn because that's part of the pre-op process. So I had to go down there to get blood drawn and I had to give some urine. So I go down, I'm getting off the elevator down to the blood lab, and as soon as I get off the elevator, Listen, Miller, I am so, wait till you hear this shit. This is what's got me pissed. This is, all the other things had me agitated, but Miller, this is when I wanted to grab this woman by her throat. Okay, like really, like I had to stop my reflexes from grabbing this lady by her throat. So as soon as I get off of the elevator trying to go into the blood lab, it is a woman sitting on the floor and she is absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical, right? So it was a woman sitting at a table. She deals with the studies, right? She deals with studies. So they have her sitting out there for when after the people come out from having their blood drawn, she'll ask you, do you want a piece of the sample of your blood to be used for this, that, and the other? Everybody knows how I feel about that. I encourage studies. Everybody knows in my profession, that's what I deal with. So I encourage people to participate in studies, right? That are safe, right? Or they have disclosures. You read all the information and you find out what it's about and you sign up because this helps to advance medicine, right? And so this woman, she's sitting there, it's two chairs right there, and she's just sitting there like clueless as soon as the elevator opens. And then it's a woman, she's screaming hysterically. She's on the floor next to the elevator where I'm getting off. And then there are about 3 people that work in the blood lab that are around the woman, and they are trying to ask her what is wrong with her. She's just screaming hysterically screaming. So I happen to, you can see when I get out the elevator, I could see into the blood lab, right? So I see that there is a name punched into the computer, right, in the blood lab. But nothing was ever pushed to send the name through. Because when you go into the blood lab, the way you check in now, you check in onto the computer and then you go have a seat and then you give your requisition over to, once they call your name, you give your requisition over to the check-in person and then they take you back to get your blood. So I could see before I even went inside, I could see that it was a name right there. So I'm looking at this lady on the ground, right, screaming hysterically out of her mind. And then I see this name right there. And then these people in the blood lab, God bless their heart, they trying to find out what's wrong with her, but she's not being responsive to them. So my instincts kicking. I cannot help it, y'all. I know sometimes people say mind your business. That's not in me. That ain't in me. And I ask people, when, if you want me to mind my business, when did you mind your business before you got into this? So just stop that. Just stop with that bullshit, mind your business shit. Right? That's sometimes the problem. Too many people is minding their own damn business and stuff is going on around you and you are just ignoring the shit or not knowing what to do, right? So I asked the one phlebotomist, do they have a brown paper bag, right? So she goes to go get a brown paper bag. She comes back with the brown paper bag. The other ladies that were standing around there, they was like they were scared to touch a lady. I can understand why you might not want to touch somebody, but I cannot help it. I can't help it. When I see something, I respond. That's what I do. Right? I understand why some people's concerns, why the other 3 people around might have been slow to want to touch her or whatever, but they were at least, the other 3 people were at least trying to find out what was wrong. But I get she gives me the bag, the phlebotomist. This one was the phlebotomist. The other 2 ladies sat at the desk. So, and then mind you, you got the research lady sitting at a chair, sitting at a table where 2 chairs are, right? Look, just looking stupid, like a dead with headlights. So, I take my hand, I put one of my hand on her bag. I give her the bag. I tell her, breathe through the bag. Just breathe through the bag. You could sweat was coming all down her face, all by her neck, everywhere. So she had a towel. I put my hand on her back. I gave her the bag. She took the bag. I took her towel and I started to wipe her face. I started to wipe her neck. And I'm just talking to her softly, telling her, just calm down, breathe, calm down. We're going to get you some help. I'm trying not to have her to do anything where she has to say anything because she can't. I am realizing that this woman is having a panic attack. And I'm connecting it. It's probably because maybe she has some fear of having her blood drawn or something. It could have been something else that was going on. But I saw that name. It was no check-in. She was sitting on the floor. This lady the lady with the research lady, she was of no help while they're trying to ask her, the other three ladies trying to ask her questions while I'm calming the lady down. They trying to ask her questions about what did she see when this lady came up, because they can't see, they behind the wall, they behind the desk. So they couldn't see that somebody was checking in at the machine. But this woman, this the research woman sitting outside of the lab, she saw the lady walk up, but she's of no assistance, of no help. She can't tell him anything. Not the basic. Well, I saw her come off the elevator. She walked in and then she walked back. She couldn't even tell him that. She couldn't say none of that. Just, I don't know where she came from. I don't. But you're sitting here, right? So I get her to calm down. One of the other ladies, hey Pep, how you doing? I am talking about this mess of a situation when I went down to go have my pre-op and then to the blood lab. So I'm still rubbing her back. I'm wiping her, making sure I'm wiping the sweat off of her because, like I said, she's sweating. And then she's breathing in the bag. She's calming down. She's doing, but she still can't say anything. So I'm trying to like get them, like she can't say anything, but she was able to give me a paper, right? So the paper showed that she was coming from the psychiatric, right? So she must have been like outpatient psychiatric. They may have sent her down to the blood lab to get some blood work done. The only paper she gave me was the psychiatric paper, right? That's it. So I was able to see that the name on the paper matched the name that she put into the machine that was on the machine in the blood lab. So that kind of confirmed to me, okay, either she was already in some kind of crisis before, and that's what brought her here today, or maybe she's having, like I said, some type of panic attack because she's afraid of needles. She has to get this blood draw or whatever, right? So let's just try to help her calm down. So one of the other ladies went in. She called the paramedic to get a paramedic up there just so that they could check out, make sure she was doing okay, and all of that. So then the next thing we know, somebody else had gone and they got security. So some of the ladies that were out there when I originally came in, they went back into the blood lab. One of the other ladies stayed out there with me. The research lady is sitting at the table. I'm standing there, and I'm, like I said, I'm bent down, still rubbing her back, still trying to get her to stay calm till somebody comes. Well, then the security guard comes. When you said I was checking on you if you were giving take on, yeah, no, I don't know all of what's going on with that right now. I just came on here to talk about my about what happened with me down there. So we had a calm, but then the security comes up. And when he comes up, he starts to aggressively ask her a lot of questions again. And then she starts to with panic again. Now she's back and she's yelling and screaming, I gotta go home, I gotta go home. She's not breathing in the bag no more. She's so she's trying to get up. And what I'm thinking is that when the security came up, she might have been afraid like that they were going to take her somewhere, maybe arrest her, maybe something, because she was calm before we got her to calm down before he came up there. So when she saw him come up there with everything, he got his uniform on, he got everything, she started panicking again. And so then I said to her, I said, listen, everything is okay. We're getting you some help. It's okay. You're going to be able to leave. Let's make sure you're okay before you leave. So she's kind of calming down a little bit. So I'm like, why don't you sit in this chair? Child. Why did I offer for her to sit in the chair? The chair, so it's two chairs at the research table where the research lady is sitting at. One chair she's sitting in, nobody's sitting in the other chair. So I said, why don't you sit down in this chair? I'm telling the lady, why don't you sit down in this chair? It's some help coming, because one of the other ladies went in to go call somebody, a paramedic, to get up there to try to help her, check her out, make sure she's okay. That lady said to me, the research lady, she ain't said shit. She ain't said shit about how this lady got in there, what she saw when this lady come up there, nothing. But the minute that I offered to tell the lady to sit into the chair so that she don't have to sit back onto the floor, we're trying to get her to stay there to make sure she can get the proper help. and make sure she's okay and don't just go back onto the street and then start having some kind of panic or something happen, right? So we try to make sure she okay. And the lady say, oh, she can't sit here. This is for study patients. Child, the look I gave that lady, I said, oh, okay. So once she said that, and then I saw how the security was acting, me and the other lady that was in the lab, we knew that there was going to be no, it was like they had blew it. They blew us trying to make sure that we could get this lady some help to try to make sure what was going on with her. So I go into the lab to go check myself in, and because now the lady is gone, she done gone down the stairwell now. You know, now she was getting ready to go sit in the seat like I was asking her to. Then as soon as the lady said, oh no, she can't sit here, this is for study patients, then she is like, then she's back again, upset. I gotta go. And then she goes down the steps, the stairwell. And so then the security officer, he says, well, I mean, if they want to leave, it's nothing we can do. We gotta let them leave. Child, I went into that daggone lab. I was fuming hot. I was pissed off. I went back to the lady that called the paramedic and I said, I just want to let you know that she is gone. The lady said, what? I said, she's gone. I said, when the security officer came up, I said, she started to panic again. I said, we got her to calm down. I said, but then she was told she couldn't sit in the chair and wait for the paramedics. So she decided to leave. And the lady looked at me like, what? And I'm looking back at her like, yeah. And so then when I come out of the blood lab, because I'm mad, I'm pissed, right? I'm just, at that point, I'm quiet. I'm not saying nothing because it's like, to me, like the nerve, like people, like, how do people don't want to help? They don't care about nobody. They don't want to help nobody. Like, they don't care. What if that was your family member that was having something like this happen to them? And all they had was counting on a bunch of strangers to try to help them and to try to get them the adequate care. It's hot as shit out here. The way that lady was sweating, she go outside and start panicking like that. She could pass out, bump her head, any damn thing. It was better at least for her to be able to wait for the paramedics to come in order to just make sure that she was okay. And then we could possibly find out what started this and try to get her to help her whatever it is that she needed. But when people see that people don't give a damn, then they revert right back to like, I just couldn't believe the shit, right? So I sit down, I get my blood drawn, I get my urine, I come out of the lab. This bitch, and yes, I said this bitch. Hey, Cookie Boo. Hi, hey, Boo. This bitch, I come out the blood lab, and this bitch gonna ask me, oh, did you get your blood drawn? The research lady. Oh, did you get your blood drawn? I said, yeah, I did. She said, oh, well, I would like to know if you want to. I said, no, I don't. No, I don't. Right, and I said it just like that. No, I don't. I don't want to do nothing. Nothing that you asking me. No, I don't want to fucking do it. You need to be studied, bitch. You need to be fucking studied for how you could be so incompassionate to someone. It's a fucking chair. The lady is clearly having a panic, anxiety attack. Something is happening, whether it was something psychological, something medical, something is going on. And you are talking about that she can't sit in an empty fucking study chair where nobody is fucking sitting. What you want me to offer her to sit back on the fucking floor, you dumb bitch? I was so fucking mad. I was like, bitch, don't ask me to be a part of nothing. No, I don't want to be a part of your fucking study, bitch. You need to be fucking studied. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I got my ass on the goddamn elevator. And I went into the garage and paid my ticket and got in the fucking car. Yo, I cannot believe, like, this is just, this is so sad. The state of the world is so sad that people can just see somebody in a crisis and ignore this shit. Don't have no, like I said, I understood why the other three ladies that were around when I came off did not want to touch the woman. I understand for various reasons. You don't want to do that. I use my discernment in situations. And when the spirit told me to go activate, the Holy Spirit just activates. That's what the fuck I do. And so I was gonna touch her because I felt like that's what was going to help her to calm down. And because sometimes people just need to know that it's somebody around that cares, that there's somebody that gives a damn. And those ladies, thank God for them. Because if it wasn't for them ladies coming out of there, I don't see how nobody responded after hearing all of that yelling, wouldn't have responded from after hearing all of the screaming I heard coming over the elevator, because she was still actively in an attack when I came off the elevator, even with those ladies around. But it's like I don't see how the lady did not seem to pose any kind of threat. You know what I'm saying? She was having a moment of crisis. And like I said, I understand everybody doesn't know the right things to do. But surely the right thing to do, not to do, is to deny somebody to sit in a fucking chair. Some decent fucking dignity. Where the fuck is the chair going? It's another fucking chair inside of the damn lab that if you get a patient, guess what? You can go get that chair and let the patient sit in there and do your study shit. How the fuck you sitting here and they got you signing up for people for a fucking study with your incompassionate fucking ass? Who wants to be a part of your fucking study? Who thinks you care about fucking humanity and then you denying a human that's in crisis to be able to sit at a fucking chair? Oh my God, that's why I came on here to talk to y'all. Listen, I was agitated with all of the other shit that went on, but I tell people I can deal with things and agitation when it comes to me, when somebody is doing something to me. But when I see like mistreatment of other people, that shit bothers me. And that shit, oh my God, I could have strangled that lady. Like I could have ended up in fucking jail with a kidney stone still inside me because I wanted to fucking strangle this bitch. I could not fucking believe that she wouldn't let the lady sit in the damn chair. It was, oh my God, this shit, I don't understand. I do not know what state the world is in that we just bypass people and don't fucking give a damn. You know, I just seen so many people just look at her and walk past and what. I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of heart. I don't have that. That's not in me to do that. I don't. Lord have mercy, y'all. That shit pissed me the fuck off, and I just had to come on here and tell y'all because I could not believe that a person would deny somebody the basic human courtesy of allowing them to sit in a chair when they see that they are in a moment of crisis. This woman watched how this lady responded from the time she walked off the elevator. We found out exactly what happened because when the security guard came up, obviously he must have been looking on the camera. So he was like, yeah, I could see that she came off the elevator. She came into the lab, but then she walked back out. And that's when she started to have, but I guess he couldn't hear on his camera. So he initially couldn't hear the screaming. So when she went to go sit on the floor, I guess he really didn't realize something was really wrong until he saw all of these people like gathering around. And like I said, the one woman from the blood lab, she didn't call down the security, she called the paramedic because she wasn't sure if the woman was having some type of medical problem, you know. And so you don't necessarily want to get security right away because like I said, I think that's what deterred her. Once he came up there, she started going back into this anxiety attack. And so I don't know if she was thinking like, oh my goodness, let me get out of here because I might get arrested, or she's a psychiatric patient. The paperwork that she had shows that she had came up from upstairs with psychiatry. So she might have had some run-in before that wasn't too pleasant with law enforcement when she might have been having an episode or something. And so that might have made her start going back into that panic mode. But I cannot believe this bullshit. I really can't. I really can't. And it's a lot of people like that lady, like the research lady. Like, what fucking research do they want you to be the ambassador for, ma'am? What fucking research? Because you will deny people that basic human dignity sitting in a fucking chair. I had to get in this car. I'm hot as shit. It's hot as hell out here. It is 94 degrees out here in Baltimore, okay? Where I came from, it was hot as shit. And then I'm coming back and it's hot as shit. And I am just agitated. I got a ton of fucking work, a whole bunch of deadlines and shit I need to meet. And I am fucking agitated. And to come back and to watch a person be in a crisis and don't even give a fucking damn. She gonna bring her ass in the blood lab after the lady left and went downstairs. Thank you guys for coming out there to help. Bitch, shut up. That's all I wanted to tell. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You ain't no fucking help. They got you here helping out a fucking study. They need to study your fucking incompassionate, no good ass. And I don't even know this lady. That's the first time I seen her. But let me tell you, that's how that shit had me fucking feeling. I am fucking pissed, y'all. Oh my God, that shit had me pissed off. That shit had me so pissed off. Y'all, I hope that lady didn't go outside and have something happen to her. I hope that somebody maybe along the way was able to stop her and see if she needed some help. Like, this is sad. This gotta stop. This type of shit has to stop. It has to fucking stop. But yes, Miller. So let me switch gears for a minute because maybe this will help me calm down. I'm trying to go get me some food. I'm hungry as hell because I could not eat no food because I had to get this blood work. So I'm hungry as shit. So I'm trying to go get me some food too, so I can maybe calm the hell down. So let's talk about Jarvis. This shit might make my blood pressure go up too. Y'all, I put a link to it. That's just an excerpt of the call that Jarvis had with Nay. I'm going to post the whole thing because I don't know whether y'all have heard it or not. But the link is a small snippet of a blow up that happened between Jarvis and Nay. But I really want y'all to hear the whole thing. I wish I was home so that I could spark up my computer so that y'all could hear it. Y'all, I want to dig Jarvis' ass up out the motherfucking grave and unalive his ass all over the fuck again. I swear I do. I swear I fucking do. This man, you talking about something no fucking good. You talking about something dirty and low down. This woman is mentally challenged. Like I said, it's a few of them. Because I think it's a potential fourth one that he's dealing with that sounds like a little bit, like her mental faculties are not all well developed. Okay? And what am I gonna eat? I'm a kind of person. Yeah. It sounds like they not that developed, right? Y'all. He starts going off on Nay because Nay is saying that she's thinking about moving. She's considering moving. Now, prior to this call where she's talking to Jarvis about considering moving, she's having a phone call with him and they are going back and forth because she's crying about how she's to sacrifice everything. She give him her money. All she do is work. She give him the money to take care of him and her. Like she is upset, clearly upset, right? And he starts to yell at her a little bit there and gaslight her. And look, y'all, this is what he does. Let me tell y'all how low down this motherfucking nigga is. Now, Nay got some sense though. Nay does have some sense. But I'm gonna show you how low down this nigga is. So in the call before this one that I want y'all to really hear, I'm gonna summarize that one. She is talking to him and she is explaining like how she's sick of him, that it took him all of this time to have to go to jail to realize that now all of a sudden she's the one and she's been taking care of him and doing for him and all of these things. So then he starts to gaslight her and tells her, no, you need to be accountable for your stuff. You was doing things too. And the reason I was doing what I was doing is because of what you was doing. And he's saying all of this shit, right? And then um he says to her, yeah, remember when I caught you? They sent me them pictures. Remember those pictures I showed you and sent you some? I'm like, pictures? What the fuck pictures? What do pictures got to do with this? So she said, yeah. He said, yeah, them pictures of you. What you was doing. And basically he's insinuating that she was giving head on these pictures that he didn't got sent or something. So then Nay is like, Nay is making these noises like she is shocked and astonished by the way he's going off. And so he's like, that wasn't you? That wasn't you in those pictures? And so Nay is like, yeah, that was me in those pictures. She said, but that was probably you. You probably took those pictures of me. And then acting like it's somebody else. Now, y'all, when they said that, I said, okay, Nay got some sense. Because that sounds like some shit that nigga will do in order for him to try to have something on somebody. Because this nigga's gaslighting is like on 1,000, okay? So I'm like, when he said somebody sent him pictures of Nay giving head, I was in a shock, right? But then when Nay came back with that, so you those pictures, you probably took those pictures of me when I was doing it to you. And you trying to make it seem like it's somebody else. And he like, no, 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 no. So all of this happened in the call prior to the one that I posted, the little clip of the one that I posted on my community wall this morning, right? So finally, Nay got, I guess, to the point where she's like, you want to know what? I'm considering moving. And I don't know whether Nay really was considering moving, whether she's just telling him this because, you know, I think Nay, whatever is going on with her mentally, I think she also has to feel this need that she's wanted. And so some of the things that she'll say in conversations or do in these conversations with Jarvis, you can kind of tell that she's trying to get a certain type of reaction from him because she's seeking attention, right? And so I don't know whether she was really considering moving or not. But when she tells him that she's considering moving, her cousin offered for her to move with her to Atlanta, I think. I think that's what she said. And she said she was considering moving. Jarvis, that pimp voice kicks in. And Jarvis starts going off and he's like, move for what? What are you gonna move for? What are you gonna do? You're gonna move there, you got a plan for what you're gonna do when you move there? You're just gonna pick up, you're gonna pick up and move, you don't got nothing, no plan in place, you already established where you at. Why would you move from there? So Nay says, well, what is a reason I should stay? I don't really have no reason to stay. So when she says that, Lord God, I don't know why she said that. When she said that, Jarvis like, all right, Nay, and he's like, you that's say less. You don't need to say no more. So she was like, what? All I said was, give me a reason to stay. He was like, I don't got time for your shit. He starts going off telling her he don't got time for her shit, talking about how she ungrateful, how she asked him to give her a second chance and he's giving her the chance and now she's talking about she want to pick up and move and he's done with her. He ain't never really want to talk to her in the first place. The only reason why he stayed in her life was because of her mother and and he is just going in like, I mean, cruel. You talking about something cruel? It was, that conversation was cruel. I am gonna post it for y'all to go and hear it. But the way Jarvis with these women, Lord, he gets into an argument with Kizzy, but then Kizzy was back talking to him regular. Y'all, I don't know what is going on. This is like the worst shit I done ever seen a nigga in my life. I don't know how Jarvis is able to keep all of the stories of each one of these women in order when that's some diabolical ass shit. Just V had messaged something underneath one of the comments and we were talking back and forth by message and I was saying like, it is diabolical for a person to be able to remember all of this bullshit that they entangled up in. Like all of this, with all of the nonsense and all of the bullshit that Jarvis got going on, the fact that he can keep each one of these storylines straight and know what's going on with each and every single one of them and doesn't mess up that shit is crazy. It shows you like how evil retains shit. I mean, any ordinary brain would have been all mixed up by now dealing with all of these different situations and scenarios. But this man manages to keep all of this shit in order. Like, he is on a goddamn jail call telling these women, he told Nay, to schedule the video visit and make sure you how I like you when I come on the camera. Like, I mean, I'm just blown. I am blown at this bullshit. And maybe these women, some of these women that are not the ones that are not dealing with the mental challenges, because the ones dealing with the mental health challenges, I can kind of see maybe them this not being any good for them hearing this publicly. But maybe some of the other women who might just not be necessarily dealing with mental health challenges, but just find themselves on a little bit of a vulnerable side, maybe they will hear this and maybe it will help them to not let this shit happen again. Maybe they will be embarrassed enough by what they allowed to go on because maybe they wasn't seeing the shit while they was in it. And maybe it will help them to like not let somebody to do all of this shit again. Cause this shit is crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. But the reality is that I think that it's a lot of niggas that's in there that's doing the same damn thing as Jarvis. The same damn thing. Cause they ain't got shit else to do all day but to be up on that phone bothering and bugging some goddamn body, begging for money. Got all the women giving money, all of the women giving money, putting it in a cash app so that then he could give it to another woman over somewhere else. And just all of this fucking fuckery and fucking foolishness and nonsense. And the fact that these women, at the time of these calls that are now being released, most of these women have some idea what this man is involved in. Not one time do you hear Jarvis ask any of the women, have they heard anything about Naziah? You don't hear him mention Naziah's name at all on none of the calls. You don't hear any of these women say, well, have you gotten any update about them with the little girl? You know, they question all of us. Is there any update? None of them. None of the time. They just keep giving this nigga more money. They sending their money in for him to give it over to somebody else. Inviting this nigga to come stay in their house. I mean, just all types of shit. This is crazy. And then this shit, I'm telling you, this is the systems of patriarchy, the impact of patriarchy. They got these women thinking that they just need to settle and deal with this type of bullshit ass shit. This shit need to be broken and dismantled right the fuck away. I don't give a damn whether it's Me Too, Him Too, It Stops Here, wherever the fuck organization. It needs to stop this type of bullshit and fuckery. Cause this is some sad ass shit. This is one man and we done seen at least about 25 women and he is broke. He don't got shit. So all the excuses that we keep hearing about celebrities and people doing this because they gold diggers and want money and all of this other fuck shit, what is these women doing it for? Give me some reason why they are going along with this shit. And like I said, the ones that deal with mental health challenges, I understand where their plight is. But some of these other women, it has been because of impact of their childhood, different traumas from one trauma to the next, that is allowing them to be broken down to the point to where they accept this type of garbage and bullshit. The nigga is on the phone cussing them the fuck out. Hey, I'm sorry, ain't no nigga from jail cussing me out. I'm hanging the fuck up, and I'm not picking back the fuck up. And then I don't. He's cussing them out, directing them, telling them what to do, telling them how to organize their lives. what they need to be doing, what they doing wrong, chastising them, um, gaslighting them by telling them about all of the cheating that they did or he suspected them of doing. And this is all of what they paying all of this money to talk to this nigga for. Lord have mercy. I can't. I listened to the Nicholas Cruz, a part of the Nicholas Cruz cause. You know, that's the Parkland shooter. Lord God, on the woman who raised him, right? Because something happened with his parents. I don't know if his parents passed away or what happened, but he was living with another woman. She was like his mother. I don't know if she was actually related to him by blood or she just took him in. But she goes to go visit this nigga, and she's telling him about all of this fan mail and shit that he's getting, and how he is a sex symbol, and all of these girls are writing in talking about they want to marry him and have babies with him. Y'all, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? What what the fuck is going on? I don't understand. You got the people who raised all of this money and all of these funds for Luigi Mangione to get, you know, in order for him to be able to get legal counsel and whatever else he need. And you got a reporter outside yesterday, outside of the courthouse, because he had a hearing yesterday. And I gotta go back and get all the details for that, y'all. So I just came on here just to really just run my mouth with y'all for a little while, not to talk about anything in particular, because I am so not caught up on most of the things. So I gotta go back and really kind of get caught up. But he had a hearing yesterday. I know that, and a journalist was outside of there, and she's outside of there making excuses and justifications for his crime and why he did what he did. Like I don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't understand these people. I'm not going to make my love interest a murderer. And if I find out that my love interest is a murderer, you're probably not going to be my love interest anymore. Like I can understand people wanting to understand the cause and all of these things of a crime and what made someone and drove someone to do something, and looking into and investigating that. What I am not going to do is write a murderer who went into a school and shot up a bunch of children, and I'm writing letters to him saying that I want to be his wife, I want to be the mother, I want him to be the father of my children. Like this is what his mother, or the woman whose ex is his mother, his guardian, she goes to the visit, and this is what she's talking to him about. She's talking to him about all the fan mail that he's getting. It's so much that they can't even sift and comb and go through it. It's all types of people who want to make contact with him and want to talk with him, men and women. Like, this shit is crazy as fucking hell. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. You got people who are going to go and want to unite themselves in matrimony to a fucking killer, but they won't even help a woman that is in crisis and let her sit in a fucking chair. Like, what state is society in that this shit is a thing? That any of those things, either of those things are okay. Neither one of those things are okay. I don't fucking understand the shit. Like, this is insane. And this is the type of thing that nurtures this type of shit to continue to go on. Because a lot of these people who do these kind of crimes, they want the attention. They want, especially when they do them in ways to where they know they will be caught. They want this type of attention. It is their claim to fame. I don't understand none of this shit. Ladies, we gotta figure something out. because we can't keep going like this. We got to figure out how do we break this system of patriarchy that is so deeply ingrained and indoctrinated in us that we are allowing ourselves to conduct ourselves in these manners. Where we will walk past a woman and not offer her a chair. Another woman will walk past a woman and not offer her a fucking chair to sit in while she is in a moment of crisis. But we will go down, and a man who is a mass murderer, we will give him all of our money. We will put all of the commissary money on. We will talk to him and let him know our whereabouts every day, day in and day out. Like, this is what patriarchy looks like. Just what I'm describing. We bypass a woman in crisis and we run to the aid of a man who created a crisis for many people, for lots of families. This is the shit we're looking at. This is where the fuck we are, y'all. And on that note, I done got to my destination so I can try to get some food and stop trying to be so angry. And I am going to go eat. And I will talk to you guys soon. I'm going to get caught up on everything, Miller. I'm going to get caught up more on the driver's calls because I know some more calls will drop. I'm going to get caught up on the Luigi situation so I can see what's going on with that. I know something was going on with the evidence stuff from yesterday. I know Joseph Duggar had a arraignment yesterday. Trump is doing something. We're trying to do something with the pool at the Lincoln Monument, the fountain at the Lincoln Monument. I gotta check into that. I gotta see what the fuck he's doing with that ballroom. He's building on top of asbestos. All of that shit. I'm gonna get caught up, you guys. I promise. I just need the rest of this week because I got projects that I have to get done, and then I'm gonna come back and we can have some good discussions about what's going on in the world. You all have a great day. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you, Miller. Thank you, Pat, for coming in with me real quick while I vented really quick about my little scenario that just happened. And I promise when I come back, I will be a whole lot more pleasant. You all have a great day.